Hi folks, Mike Tomaszewski here from TAPerformance. We're out here at the Buick GS Nationals 40th anniversary. What we're all about is producing power, providing parts for all the Buick engines, from the 231 through the nail heads to the 455s and 350s, all the way on across the board. You can visit our website at www.taperformance.com. We have been producing parts for 40 years for these cars, and we're the ones that are keeping this thing running. We're the leader in this, and we produce an array of parts, not just cylinder blocks as you see here, and cylinder heads and manifolds behind me. We keep these engines running, you know, from rocker arms, push rods, harmonic balancers, oil pans, timing chain covers, every accessory that is needed for the 455 Buick, 350s, nail heads, turbo V6s, even the old Jeep 225s. We are involved with that. Again, we've been doing this for 40 years. Our product line, it's superior, high quality, very attention to detail. We build engines here at TA, and the main reason for that is check the fit and finish of our product. So as when you buy it, it fits. You don't have to remachine it, this doesn't line up, so on. So join us or check us out at TAPerformance and take a look at it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Richard Lassiter, the founder of the Buick GS Club of America and the event director here at the 40th annual GS Nationals we're having here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is our 40th annual event. We've been coming here since 1981. We're Beechman's longest running automotive event. And we're an older group. We're only dealing with about 10 years of Buick cars. But we've got quite an entourage of people and cars at this event that you're going to be seeing more of as the video here progresses. So she's from Michigan, and she was the one who was responsible for the one major event of our Nationals this year. We've got tons of race cars, beautiful show cars, but one of the crowning jewel of this event is the GSX Reunion, and which is comprised mostly of 1970 GSXs. They were either yellow or white.
Wow, we're here at the 2021 GS Nationals in Bowling Green, Kentucky. A lot of rare cars you folks are going to be seeing. Classic muscle cars. I think we're going to start out one here that's very special. Supercharge. I'm going to introduce you to the gentleman that did all the work. This is Harrison. How you doing, Harrison?
Good, really good. How are you?
Did you get the... Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shelly. I'm from Martinsville, Indiana, and this is my 1971 Buick GS 455 Stratamist Blue. It has been restored. The history of the car:
Florida, just north of Tampa, and we're here at the GS Nationals 40th anniversary. This is my 1970 GS clone.
Doing? I'm John from Massachusetts, and we're here for a Buick event. Built a 87 Buick Grand National. Did some mild mods.
We're at the 40th GS Nationals down in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is Giovanni Gonzalez. This is his 87, right? Buick Regal. Grand National. I didn't know if it was an 86 or 87. But anyway, it is a, it's still.
How you doing, everybody? Just wanted to show you my car. I have a 1970 Buick Grand Sport 455 Stage 1. This car is fully restored. I did the majority of it myself, with the exception of the paint.
Sam brought me the car in January of 2006. I got it done in May. Already, of course, I had the tranny, the engine, rear end, a lot of stuff done. And so he got to bring it to the Nationals in May in 06 for the first time. He's had a lot of fun out of the car. I've had...
From Montrose, Michigan. My car is a 68 Grand Sport 400 4-speed. Found it in the desert of Arizona. Actually, a good friend of mine found it. We had a marathon trip to go out and drag the car home from Arizona. Sunday morning, 5 o'clock, he picked me up in my house in Michigan.
Okay, so up front we've got fuel cell up front here.
just a little 2-gallon fuel cell being controlled by an aeromotive mechanical fuel pump, liquid intercooler up front here, feeding Wilson manifold to the stage 2 heads, precision turbo, small precision turbo up front mounted.
Beginning how the car started, Dave Benisek came here, I believe in 1990-ish, and liked what he saw, went home and wanted to build a car to compete out here. So he went home and bought this car from Oliver Coltrihan. It was a GS, I think it didn't have an engine in it. He did a frame-off restoration.
I'm rolling on video, go ahead.
So the original engine was a 528, had a stroker crankshaft. Jim Bell, I believe, had ordered 2 crankshafts from, what was the crankshaft? I can't remember the crankshaft company right now. Okay. Moldex. Okay. 2 stroker.
Dad's here.
And
as long as you didn't say your mom was here.
you're live. You're on.
Good afternoon. We're here in Bolingreen, Kentucky, and I'm surrounded by some of the best engineers and suppliers of Buick equipment. And Mr. Dennis Manor here to my right is the chief engine engineer for Buick. And he was very responsible for the 455 and then a little bit with the turbo cars and V6s, right? Sort of?
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Denny Manor. I'm a retired Buick engine engineer. Started with the Buick about 1959, worked on nail heads and V8s and V6s, including the 3800. Did the stage 1, stage 2 stuff. And glad to be here, seeing it going this many years later.
And to my left is Ron.
All right, guys. Hey, today we have a 1970 Buick GSX. This was the famous twin-screw GSX that you may have seen in the years past racing. The gentleman standing next to me is Bruce Kent. He was one of the assemblers of the engine back in the late 90s. Is that right, Bruce?
That's correct.
So tell me what we have here. What exactly is this?
What this was is kind of the brainchild of Jim Bell. I came to him one day after he was having a meeting with Popular Hot Rodding magazine, Scott Parkhurst. And after Scott had left, I talked to Jim. I says, hey, Jim, why don't we do a supercharger on a 455 Buick, because that's where you kind of got your start in Buicks. And Jim says, oh, we can do better than that. We'll put 2 of them on it. Nice. I go, okay, let's do 2 then. So Jim took care of fabricating and getting fabricated the intake manifold, the blower mount, blower assemblies, pulleys and things. I took care of building the engine and then assembling all the top end pieces. And all this was done for Popular Hot Rodding magazine. We had asked them if they'd be.
Go ahead. Hi, I'm Denny Manor, and I worked for Buick and Flint, Buick Engineering, and I designed and developed engines for Buick during my career. And this engine display that we have represents part of the experimental work that we did on 455 engines back in the late 60s, early 70s. It represents an experimental heavy-duty cylinder block with 4-bolt main caps and experimental cylinder heads with not only a stage 2 exhaust port that we had developed, but an experimental enlarged intake port. When we're at this stage of development, 1971, non-lead fuel was a requirement for us to design engines to, and while we were designing a high-performance package to produce for racers, we had to drop compression ratio with low-octane fuel.
I'm from Ridgeland, Mississippi, and this is my 72 Buick Grand Sport. We're out here at Beach Bend for the GS Nationals, and I'm in drag racing setup this weekend. I've got some Nitto NTO 5R drag radials on the back, 18-inch wheel, and some Mickey Thompson skinnies on the front with an 18-inch wheel. And that's to clear my Corvette brake setup that I have on the car, because this is mainly an autocross car, and drag racing is just something I do every few years, really at this event. But I've been pretty happy with the way it's running. You can see on the windshield it's run 11:49 in the quarter mile, so I was happy with that. It's not really set up suspension-wise for drag racing, but it turned a real good 60-foot time, and it's got some good traction off the line. So, been pretty happy with that this weekend. The car was painted when I bought it, but last year made a little change and blacked out all of the chrome trim. That's just a satin black vinyl wrap. Make it look a little different, a little more sinister maybe, and put some LED halo headlights in it for a little different look up front. The front fenders have actually been flared out because I normally run a 315 front tire on an 11-inch wheel in my autocross setting, so that fender's been pulled out 1.5 inches. But I want it to look stock.